I was 12 years old when my mother died. Cancer, fast, aggressive. She was gone in 4 months. My father did not know how to be alone. He remarried within a year. A woman named Patricia. She had 2 daughters of her own. Suddenly, I was the outsider in my own home. Father did not fight for me. He did not protect me. He let Patricia decide where I sat at dinner. He let her daughters take my room. He let them erase my mother from the house. Photos removed, belongings boxed, memories forgotten. When I turned 18, I left. No fight, no goodbye. I just packed a bag and walked out. My father did not call. He did not text. He did not ask where I was going. He just let me go. For 15 years, we did not speak. I heard about him through cousins. He was doing well. His business was growing. His new family was perfect. He told people he had 1 son. That son was not me. I built my own life. I started at nothing. I slept in my car. I worked 3 jobs. I went to night school. I started a small construction company. Then a bigger one. Then a development firm. By 35, I owned buildings. Not apartments or small offices. Real buildings. Downtown buildings. The kind of buildings that make people stop and look up. One of those buildings was the Grand Heritage Hotel, the most expensive venue in the city, the place where my father was hosting his 60th birthday party. He did not know I owned it. No one did. I kept my name off the public records. I let the world think someone else was in charge. That was about to change. The invitation arrived on a Tuesday. Gold envelope, heavy paper, my stepmother's handwriting. She wrote that my father would be honored if I attended. She wrote that family was important. She wrote that the past should stay in the past. I knew what she meant. She meant show up, smile for the photos, and then disappear again. She did not want reconciliation. She wanted appearances. I showed the invitation to my business partner. He asked if I was going. I said I did not know. He said, "You have been waiting for this moment for 15 years. Do not let fear stop you." He was right. I was afraid. Not of my father. Of the boy I used to be. The one who was not wanted. The one who was erased. I did not want to feel that again, but I also did not want to hide anymore. I bought a suit. I made a plan. Yeah, the Grand Heritage Hotel looked beautiful that night. Chandeliers, flowers, a string quartet playing soft music in the corner. 200 guests in their finest clothes, champagne flowing. Laughter echoing. I arrived at 7. Alone. I walked through the lobby and into the ballroom. No one noticed me at first. I was just another guest. Another face in the crowd. Then my stepmother saw me. Her smile froze. She whispered something to my father. He turned. Our eyes met for the first time in 15 years. He looked older, grayer, softer around the edges. But his eyes were the same. Cold, judgmental, unforgiving. He walked toward me. He did not smile. He did not say hello. He stood in front of me and said, "What are you doing here?" I said I was invited. He said, "Patricia invited you." I did not. I said, "Does it matter? I am here." He stared at me for a long moment. Then he turned and walked away. I thought that was the end of it. I thought he would ignore me for the rest of the night, and I would leave, and nothing would change. I was wrong. An hour later, I was standing near the bar talking to an old family friend when I felt a hand on my shoulder. I turned around. A man in a black suit stood behind me. Security. He said, "Sir, I need you to come with me." I asked why. He said, "You have been asked to leave." I asked by who? He said by the host of the party. I looked across the room. My father was watching. He was not hiding it. He wanted me to see. He wanted me to know he was the one doing this. I said to the security guard, "Do you know who I am?" He said, "It does not matter, sir. You need to leave." I said, "I am not leaving." He said, "Then I will have to escort you out." Okay, he reached for my arm. I did not move. I looked past him at my father. His face was hard, triumphant. He thought he was winning. He thought he was putting me in my place. He had no idea what was about to happen. I said to the security guard, "Please call your manager." He said, "Sir, I do not think that is necessary." I said, "Call your manager now." And something in my voice made him pause. He pulled out his radio. He called for his supervisor. A few minutes later, a woman in a navy suit walked over. She was the head of hotel security. She asked what the problem was. I said, "My father has asked security to remove me from this party. I would like to speak with the general manager. She said, "Sir, I am the highest authority on site tonight." I said, "No, you are not." She looked confused. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my wallet. I opened it to a card that had no name on it, just a logo. The logo of the company that owned this building. I handed it to her. She looked at the card. Her face changed. She looked at me, then she looked at the card again. She said, "I am so sorry, sir. I did not recognize you." I said no one was supposed to recognize me. "But tonight is different." She handed the card back to me. She turned to the security guard who had tried to remove me. She said, "This man owns the building. He is not leaving. In fact, he can have anyone here removed, including the host." The security guard's face went pale. He looked at me. He looked at my father. He did not know what to do. I said, "It is okay. You were just doing your job." "I do not blame you." The head of security nodded and walked away. The security guard followed her. I was alone again. But everyone was watching now. They had seen something. They did not know what. But they knew something had happened. I looked across the room at my father. His face was no longer hard. It was confused, worried. He had seen me talking to security. He had seen them walk away. He did not know why. He was about to find out. I walked toward the stage at the front of the ballroom. The microphone was still on from the toast earlier. I picked it up. The room went quiet. I said, "Good evening, everyone. My name is Lucas. I am the son of the birthday boy." My father's face turned red. He started walking toward the stage. I held up my hand. I said, "Please do not interrupt me. I have been quiet for 15 years. Tonight I am going to speak." He stopped. The room was silent. I said, 15 years ago my father disowned me. He let his new wife erase my mother from our home. He let her daughters take my room. He let me leave with nothing but a bag of clothes. He did not call. He did not visit. He did not ask if I was alive. People started looking at my father. He looked like he wanted to disappear. I said I slept in my car. I worked 3 jobs. I went to night school. I built a company from nothing. And tonight I own this building, this hotel, this ballroom, these chandeliers, these walls. All of it is mine. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. I said my father did not want me here. He tried to have security remove me. But security cannot remove the owner of the building. So I am staying. And I am going to say something I have wanted to say for 15 years. I looked directly at my father. I said, "You chose your new family over your own son. You chose comfort over love. You chose appearances over truth. And that choice cost you everything, not because I took anything from you. Because you gave it away." I set down the microphone. I stepped off the stage. I walked toward the exit. Behind me, the room erupted in whispers. My father was yelling something. My stepmother was crying. I did not look back. I heard about what happened after I left from a cousin who was there. My father tried to continue the party. He tried to pretend nothing had happened. But the mood was destroyed. Guests left early. The photographer packed up. The cake went uneaten. My stepmother spent the rest of the night crying in the bathroom. Her daughters left separately. My father sat alone at the head table for an hour before finally giving up and going home. Blend. The next morning I got a call from my father's lawyer. He said my father wanted to meet. He said my father wanted to apologize. I said he has had 15 years to apologize. He did not need a lawyer to do it. The lawyer said he is willing to make financial amends. I laughed. I said, "I own a building downtown. I do not need his money." The lawyer said, "What do you want then?" I said I want him to look me in the eyes and tell me why. Why he let me go. Why he did not fight for me. Why he chose them over me. The lawyer said, "He will do that." "Man," I said, "then he can come to my office, my building, not his." We set a date. My father came to my office on a Thursday. He wore a suit I had never seen. He looked smaller than I remember, older, more tired. I did not stand when he walked in. I did not offer him coffee. I did not smile. I said, "Sit down." He sat. Van, we looked at each other across my desk. 15 years of silence between us. I said, "Why?" He started crying. Real tears, not performance. He said I was weak. I was lost after your mother died. Patricia was there. She made things easier. She did not want reminders of your mother. She wanted to start fresh. I let her. I let her erase everything, because it was easier than grieving. I said, "You erased me." He said, "I know. I am sorry. I have been sorry every day for 15 years. I did not know how to find you. I did not know how to say I was wrong. I said you did not try. There is a difference. He nodded. He said I did not try. I was a coward. I am still a coward. But I want to be better. I want to know my son. If he will let me. I sat there for a long time. I thought about the boy who left home with a bag of clothes. I thought about the man who built a company from nothing. I thought about the father who chose comfort over love. I said, I do not forgive you. Not yet. Maybe not ever. He nodded. I said, but I am willing to try. Not for you, for me. Because carrying this anger is heavy, and I am tired of being heavy. He started crying again. He stood up. He walked around my desk. He hugged me. I did not hug him back, but I did not push him away. It was a start. Benz. It has been 6 months since that meeting. My father and I are not close. We may never be close. But we talk, once a week, short calls, awkward conversations. Learning each other again, he met my business partner. He saw the building I own. He walked through the lobby where he tried to have me removed. He did not say anything. He did not need to. I saw it in his face. Regret. Pride. Something that looked like love. My stepmother does not speak to me. Her daughters do not speak to me. That is fine. They were never my family. They were just people who took something that was not theirs. The building still stands. I still own it. I walk through the lobby sometimes and remember that night. The night I stopped being invisible. The night I stopped being the son who was erased. I did not get revenge. I got something better. I got my voice back. I got my name back. I got myself back. My father ordered security to remove me from his birthday party. Then he learned I owned the building. But the real victory was not the building. It was the man I became while he was not watching. If you are estranged from your family, here is my advice. Build something. Anything. A career. A skill. A garden. A life. Build something that is yours. Something no one can take from you. Do not wait for them to validate you. Do not wait for them to apologize. Do not wait for them to see your worth. See it yourself. Build it yourself. Protect it yourself. And if you ever get the chance to stand in front of them and speak the truth, do not hold back. Not for their comfort, not for their feelings, not for the sake of peace. The peace you need is inside you, not between you. My father tried to remove me from his party. He did not know I owned the building, but that was just the surface. What he really did not know was that I had built myself into someone who did not need him anymore. Someone who could stand alone. Someone who was already home. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more tales of family betrayal and the courage to build your own life. Click the bell for notifications. And remember, you are not what they made you. You are what you choose to become.